you have all your answers already to all those questions. You got all your information. You did your research, and then you hit a guy with too much stuff, and you got to learn that we're not. Our Constitution is not that way. We're not structured like that. For you to put not when it comes to having to respond to all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not when it comes to having to respond to all that stuff. So you want to be real careful that you don't pile up too much information at one time. And another thing that I told you, and for those of you that may be just joining in for the first time, this is all new information to you. Don't panic and become impatient with him. So the first thing I told you was don't push the issues, don't pile up too much information, and don't panic and become impatient with him. Hey, it's going to be all right. Trust me when I tell you, it is going to be okay. All righty? If he's not responding the way that you want him to respond, that's where remember I talked to you about communicational manipulation. We talked about communicational manipulation, knowing how to manipulate your man. Not manipulation, because the word manipulation has a positive a connotation to it as well as negative. So I'm talking about positive. It means having a strategy, having a plan for your man. Okay, ladies, you got to have a plan for dealing with your man. And you got to know what moves him. Men don't, we don't like to hear you coming from talking to your girlfriend whose husband did something one way, and then here you come, now you want to use the strategy that she using on him, on your man. What's working for your girlfriend's husband or your girlfriend's man may not work for your man. And the worst thing in the world is for a man to know that you coming on to him or you dealing with him through the eyes of some other man. You got to deal with him through his eyes, through his emotions, through his psyche. You got to get into his head. You got to know. You got to know him, and that's going to be important, ladies. It's going to be important. So don't panic if when you first time you bring the issue to him, he goes, I don't want to talk. We can talk about this later. Don't flip out, because if you flip out, you're gonna lose him. And then all your questions you have are still going to remain unanswered. But if he doesn't want to talk, that's an opportunity for you to really, really bring that femininity power on to him. Now, I'm not talking about sexuality. I'm not talking about sexing. I'm not talking about using sex as a form of manipulation. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that you use sex as a manipulation. I think that sex in a relationship, and we'll be talking about that down the road in one of our other shows, because I'm going to deal with this thing about duty versus desire.